Okay, so this will be my last 3 at 3 market rebellion. Um, Primarily, it's very time consuming to do this. Secondly, even to do paper trades, I'm being charged for option trades to keep track of these. So it's getting a little expensive, and I don't have that big of an audience. So um, I may do something with ones that maybe I pick out and do an episode on that of the 3 trades, but I'm finding other trades that are better that are from other sources too. So anyway, I do want to finish this one up. Um, the 3 that were there today were Anglo Gold, ET, which is an energy firm, energy transfer, and then the other one was Nike. And we'll start with Nike because that was the first one that Jon Najarian did. And basically, let's see, all right. There were some previous trades that he went through. The Nike was selling for 126.97, I believe, at the time he was recording this, or well, it says 11:18 a.m. And someone bought 10,000 contracts of options for the February 128 calls, mostly bought for between 34 cents and 51 cents above open interest. Stock price between 126.59 and 126.97. Now, what you're going to see immediately here when I go to these is by the time I got to it at the end of the day and purchased them in the paper account, it had already gone down to 124.38, and it looks like, let's just go to Nike, that these are contracts that expire tomorrow. I don't see the volume at the 128s that he was talking about, so I don't know if that's because they're spread out or whether they just got out of them as the market started to tank today. But I was able to get them for, I think, 5 cents or something like that. So they were super cheap by then, but they certainly wasn't paying 34 to 51 cents for them. So I'll keep track of the ones that are on here. I'm not sure if I'll post them. Maybe I'll post them in this episode as things happen. But the next one was ET, and ironically, this energy transfer company is one I already own. They pay a very high dividend, and it's a nice stock to own. At well, the price was 13.22. That someone bought 25,000 contracts with a March 31st expiration. The 14 strike price calls, and that was when the price was between 13.19 and 13.22. And you're going to see, I mean, because I got to these really late in the day, that they were selling for 13.05 by the time I got to them, and even had apparently, oh no, that's different. This is daily data. You can see it dropped, and so 13.05 was the close price today. And like I said, it's a great dividend stock. It's actually fairly cheap. If you look back in time, these go to weekly. This is a recovering stock. It's in a rising wedge. I mean, at one time, your $34 stock at it's $21 lower than that right now. I looked at their, uh, you know, well, first of all, their dividend's insane, 31 cents. And so it's a pretty good deal. And, there's a buy rating on the technicals, and I don't pay attention to any of those. I do my own analysis, but they're profitable, and like I said, I've owned them for a little bit, and so ET 1305 obviously wasn't paying 30 to 35 cents on these. ET phone home 11 cents is what I wound up paying by the end of the day, because the market again had tanked to the point. So let's just see here if there's still these positions. This is a March 31st date. So if they bought them for 35 cents, they're not that now, and the open interest has dropped. So I'm guessing they probably got out of it at some point. And AU, let's just go and see what the story was on it. Okay. AU was going for 1853 and 6,900 contracts. March 17th or something like that. I think it's March 17th. 20 calls were bought for between 30 and 35 cents. And again, just see, I'm sure they dropped too. Yeah. So it was 1853 when they bought it. It's at 53 is 1855 on the close today. This for these March contracts. Obviously, the earnings per share is going to come out in the meantime at the end of this month. So, look at this thing. Is it in a downtrend? See where if it gets, do we get a lower low? Looks like it might be a higher low if it stops here and reverts. But this company itself is a profitable, company. But I look at the technicals, and like I said, it's in the downtrend list. We're trying to hit. Does it revert at this point? This would be the place. You don't want to get any lower than here, I would think, and definitely not here. And I'm guessing the upside would probably be up around this area at 2661. So we bought a lot of contracts. We'll take a look, see what AU contracts look like for March 17th. Okay, they bought them for between 30 and 35 cents, and they were, that's about what purchased them for in the paper account, was 35 cents. So they didn't move much at that during today. So that's the third of them, and I did state something incorrectly. The ET, the Energy Transfer Company, I didn't get a price for that. So the 30 to 35 cents was for this Anglo Gold Ashanti company. So that's the three that they had today. I took the Nike. I had just barely enough time to get in there right after I posted these in the paper account. So I'm in on that one. Like I said, short duration. It's so beat up. I'm thinking that after today, we'll get a bounce back, but we could get a continuation. That's why I didn't pay much for the for, for the option contract. So that's really it. I haven't closed anything out. Some things drop down very fast. I didn't have a chance to get to them when I have there, and I don't have automated stops put in on these, which is another reason why this is becoming a managerial nightmare to keep track of these and everything else I've got going on. So anyway, I'll put updates in this last one as I close things out. And it was an experiment. I didn't know what it would be like trying to put these together. Was a lot more work than I thought trying to do them, especially timely. Thing is, you know, Jon comes out with these between 3 and 3:10, and you know, then they expire. I mean, basically the next day, and you've got 40 minutes or 45 minutes if I get to it that fast, and a lot of times I'm not. So I'm doing this after trading hours. So anyway, that's what I wanted to cover today. And my thing is always look for a better way. I'm not sure if this is the method. Again, there are different people that are comfortable trading closer to contract deadlines. Getting a Nike takes me out of my comfort zone, but I didn't put much into it. I bought a couple contracts, that was it. And we'll see what happens. And if it rockets, great, and if it doesn't, I'm out, I don't know, $10 or something. I don't know, not much, because contracts were cheap. Anyway, that's what I wanted to cover, and remember, there is always a better way.